On today's episode of PJ and the Beard, we're going to build a pedal board. We already built a pedal board. We're not going to build it on film, but we're building a pedal board as part of the 5-pedal pedal board challenge from the Signal Path group on Facebook.
Right. So we already went through mine, and that video is probably out. And so now we're going through. We thought, we're going to build them for that. There's it's about a 1-minute video for the challenge that you send in.
Right.
We're like, well, it'd be cool to do a video and kind of jump a little bit deeper. So we're jumping a little bit deeper. So this is Pat's board that he put together. You'll notice there's 5 pedals, and there's no tuner because there is 5 pedals. And, hashtag tuners are pedals too. We're stuck on that. Poor Tony. We're just kidding, Tony. All right. So
you're just trying to give everybody a break to be like, there's a pedal, there's a tuner count. It doesn't count. It's fine.
Right. So, what'd you pick?
Well, my general formula for a board is, I want some drive, at least 1, maybe 2. I've gotten to where I use maybe 2 now. I want a delay, or 2, and something that warbles. That's usually my formula. So I kind of put that together with duplicates of a couple things. But I first, with the Signal Path, because that's what the challenge is from, I put the Mjolnir from Mythos up front. Yeah. It is a magical pedal. I basically have the gain all the way down, but I have the output not quite at unity. Using a PRS here, and so here's clean tone for those who care. Sounds great.
Yeah, some top, just, it would cut.
And that's the reverb you're hearing in the Tyler amp. So let's turn it off for a second. So literally in yesterday's mail? Today from Keeley. DDR, a pedal I was interested in when it first came out, but I was a 4-cable guy at that point. I'm not saying I'm not a 4-cable guy, which kept me from being like, do I want them in the same box because I like it through the loop? Here it is. So so the drive half I have set differently than the Mjolnir because you want to do that, and it sounds like this. If I put that back on the bridge, it'll have a little bit more bite. So a different flavor there, and there's even another setting I could change that drive if I wanted to. And then on the D-R, on the R side, I'm foregoing the delay because I'll get that at the end with the Dispatch Master, but I went for the modern sounding reverb and set it kind of high, like a little ambient, kind of maybe a little bit more ambient, like if I strike. How deep that is. Probably wouldn't have it on all the time. And then being a good child, I say I'm a child of the 80s. I listen to a lot of 80s music. I'm much older than a child of the 80s. But the JHS Emperor, it's a chorus vibrato. I have it set to chorus and set it like this. And it does have a tap. It is the only thing on this board that has a tap tempo. Didn't play with tap for a very long time. I don't really only use it on delay. But I do have tremolo. I have tremolo. Speaking of tremolo, it's a good segue. Can't resist. Every time I see this travel board, we put that pedal on there no matter what. It's the Hamstead Soundworks signature analog tremolo. And as Tim Sear said from Hamstead, it is glorious. And it sounds like this.
I would be hard pressed to pick we've done, it's over 30, maybe over 35 different tremolos. And I would be hard pressed to pick like our top, even to pick our top 5, because so many of them have different, whatever.
Right.
That pedal would be in it.
It sounds great.
You know, I mean, it would be, if you said, go grab your 5 favorite tremolos, I know that pedal would be in it. The DSL that's on your board would be in it. There's a few other ones, but
in part, this one's on here all the time because the DLS is on my board at the church. It has a tap, has some other features. I love the sound of this pedal. That pedal sounds great. I'm almost afraid to switch them out because what's working with that one there might not work here, and what's working here with this, it sounds great, so I'm not going to mess with it. We always gush over it. We do. It sounds great. And it's always, when we build this travel board, it always winds up on here as the tremolo for whatever reason. And then at the end of the chain is the dispatch master, because I'm still trying to figure out, having the delay right here before these other modulated effects. I'm used to having my delay at the end. So I'm still trying to figure out, even on a 4 cable guy, reformed 4 cable guy.
And we don't have the cables right now, but there's a possibility we can take care of that.
Right.
When we dive into that pedal a little bit deeper,
right. You can put TRS cables in there and put something in between these two.
We might be able to take care of it.
Just got it today, so we're figuring it out, but I like it so far. So the dispatch master, I have it set for like a longer delay. Because if for lead, it would sound good, but I play a lot of big open chords or things, So a way that I might use this if I'm playing something clean is I would probably I could put the ambient kind of sound on and then the chorus over top and...
Sounds good.
To kind of use it the way I would use it. Those are the pieces parts. Individually, they're great. Tweak them a little bit to probably play a little bit nicer with each other. And one other thing we didn't talk about is what's under the beast here. That also came, I believe, yesterday.
I think I'll pick this up for now.
Yeah, right.
So underneath is the 529i from Mission Engineering. Just a great option for this because this was kind of 2 parts. So we put this together. Just sometimes things work out.
Yeah.
Right. So we put this together for Tony's challenge, but we also put this together because Pat's going to be playing this weekend. Mm-hmm. 2 different places you're going to be playing Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, kind of short things. Mm-hmm. This battery-powered pack is beautiful for that. You walk in, you hit the button, you set it down. You don't have to plug it in. So, I'm just gonna say it. I'm surprised we don't see more of this on people's travel boards.
Yeah,
like people have gotten hip to this,
right? They figure out.
Yeah, people have gotten hip to like cool tins are a good place to put your picks, but they're still plugging in their pedal boards everywhere they go. And I understand if it's something maybe longer, 4 hours, whatever. Although I really think that this would last. We've been using. I think this would last for an entire gig.
Right.
But you can plug in, and it will still run when it's plugged in. So
it's kind of nice if you're changing over with another band, or depending on what stage you're on. It's always that challenge of, do they have power up front for my board and my amp back here? And now that just eliminates.
Or you're going to a blues jam or an open mic, or you're going to a friend's house for a rehearsal or a jam. Boy, it really takes a lot of the.
It's one less thing to worry about.
Great, you just throw it down, turn it on, throw it down. So we're really digging the 529i from Mission Engineering. And with that, is that it?
That is it. The camera's telling us it's it, but I
think I bumped your...
Oh, that's all right. It'll just only be louder to make it better.
That was more good.
Yeah.
So we always like to take a moment and just stop and thank everybody who has been subscribing, clicking the like button, notification bell, go out to Instagram or Facebook. Anytime you interact with the show, it helps us out. helps us continue to bring this cool stuff and show it to you and talk to you about it. And, a big shout out and thank you to our members. There's a join button down below, and stop out at the website and see what's happening. With that,
I'm PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding you, no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear, even if you have to condense it to 5 pedals on one board.
yes.
Volume.